It is February 23rd, 2026. We're calling the select board meeting to order at 5:31. And we will begin with a pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Excuse me, I'm gonna go. Okay. So, all righty. Do we have any additions or deletions from the agenda? Anybody? And Fred, you understand why we pushed yours? Okay. Administrative matters. Hold on, I just can't concentrate if he's out here. I'm sorry, we can't conduct this meeting with the noise in the background. So can you either come in or leave? You have two options, okay?
Can I just remind everybody that Megan told him to go into that office?
I know, and I asked him to lower his voice or leave. Okay, so we're going to start with the signing of the orders. I'd like to make a motion to approve the orders for February 23rd, 26 for $29,449.61 and $678. Oh, and there were two separate orders. We had a separate one for $678, and then payroll for February 17th. The gross was $15,403.77, and the net was $11,055.84.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I'd like to move that we accept the minutes for the meeting of February 9th, 26.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And next on the agenda is Nancy Merrill for our update on tax sales.
I had some bad news. The attorney does not work for 15%. The attorney works for $185 an hour. So I'm not touching the one they have sent to me until March.
And which one is?
Your cover. Oh, which one is gone? It's the second one on the list, I can't remember. I didn't bring any paperwork. I just want to let you know that I wasn't doing anything until in March, when I get them turned over to me, I give them 3 months, and then I can start on that one.
Okay.
I didn't realize I gave you the paperwork to Attorney Cutler, and he didn't do anything with it, and I didn't realize he wasn't doing anything with it.
Okay.
So there's been 2 months that,
Nothing's been happening.
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna make sure I get the bill this month, and then in March I'll start again.
Okay. Thank you for letting us know that.
So we probably want to address, who do you have for the attorney?
Gary Cuthbert,
Cutler.
Kupfer.
I don't think we have a retainer with them. We should probably clean that up.
Okay.
Which doesn't mean we can't do stuff, it just means
Yeah.
that if I were them, I'd want to see.
Then what did you say? You said it's 100.
$185 an hour. You bill the town monthly.
Okay.
And that's because 15% doesn't cover it anymore.
Okay.
And that's all we can get, even though he's charging more or whatever.
Okay. All right. Well, Sarah will.
Yeah, and there are two, so just to clarify, you said there are 2 outstanding,
There's just one I'm dealing with
there's just one
that isn't paid,
that's not paid, okay.
and it's for us. I do remember, it just took me a minute.
Okay.
And how overdue is it, or delinquent is it?
It would be 23, 24.
Okay, so we're nearing the 2-year mark, right? Okay. Because I think now we have to wait the extra year from,
Right, only 1 year after I get it. So in March, I'll be working on 24, 25.
yeah, were you aware that the legislature changed it and added another year? last year, and that's why I just want to make sure you've got.
We've had another year, it's 2
Yeah.
years now.
Well, that's why I want to make sure you've got the right legal counsel, because there was a big change that was made to when you can begin.
But I thought you knew of that change.
It's 1 year.
Now I think, yeah, so there's a new change. And maybe we can just follow up after and make sure you've got all the tools that you have. Yeah, okay.
Sarah, did you get that for the minutes?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
There's, Sarah, VLCT has, like a summary of the changes that were made. I was thinking maybe we could just pull that for Nancy and you could take a look at that.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, for announcements, we have, town meeting, March 2nd, next Monday, at VTRANS Building at 6 p.m. and the polls will be open here on March 3rd from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Next is public comments. Does anybody have their hands raised?
Here, I'll get the timer ready. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, the timer?
Yes.
Okay.
I got my hand raised.
Oh.
1 second. Yeah.
Yeah, no count.
Wait, hold on.
Let's start the timer.
Oh, but it won't take that long.
What?
Okay, ready?
No, wait. Lost my timer. Sorry.
7 o'clock.
Oh. The new,
Okay.
Yeah. A couple more comments on the John Vincent sign. I went there and looked at it again.
Yeah.
It really should stay in the place it's at because it says near this location. And also, it does say that it's the place of Richardson's Tavern, the first public meeting place in Vermont. That was right there where that sign is. So it should stay in that location. It may be better to be read by pulling it closer to the turnpike or even swiveling it more toward Route 4. And then it'd be easier to read. But I think we should have another plaque or something down here which would describe John Vincent even better, because he is the only Native American Revolutionary War soldier that has anything said about it in Vermont. So it would be really neat to talk a couple more times.
Okay. Yeah, we've been looking into that, and I've reached out to the women that brought it to the state, and just with the town meeting coming up and everything, it's just, it's not a priority to get through, and then Fred was gonna.
It's not a separate issue,
Yeah.
separate different issue. The Historical Society would like to put flyers out at the table for the town meeting, just advertising and promoting the 4th of July 250th celebration, if that's agreeable.
Yeah, that's great.
And if it's agreeable, we can maybe have Jesse run off, yeah.
Sure.
50 copies. Yeah.
Sure.
That would have.
I don't think.
Okay, we'll ready to go.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I think 50 might be a little generous, so maybe I could do like 20.
38.
Yeah, maybe I would do like 20. Just, don't bunch of leftover paper. So, who else, does Carol have her hand up?
That's her hand raised, yes.
Okay, Carol?
Yeah, so first I'd like to suggest, if you're going to time people, that you have an outward facing timer that's available for everybody to see, whether they're online or in person. And also an electronic timestamp for the town clerk. That would be a great suggestion since we're in the 20th century now. Also, I'd like to know who is going to represent the town in the issue of our notice of violation, since it wasn't given to me with the notice of hearing. Usually they give you all the other interested persons or the other representative. And I'd like an answer from that. Thank you.
Answer.
No.
No.
Brian?
So Susanna Lafredo put in a violation to a neighbor without a complaint, such as Greg, and they made us litigate it. Why? Because the town attorney should have litigated that in 22. They made us litigate it on the last day. Town attorney should have been litigating that. There was a violation from the zoning administrator. There was no complaint. The town's supposed to take care of that, not a resident. I was not even an interested party except for the water was going on my property. Then I have to pay to go to environmental court. I'm gonna be looking for compensation because I did the town's job as an attorney. That was the job, just like this violation now, you need to have an attorney oversee that, not Greg. He can't do that. He can't represent the town in that. You need an attorney. Our town attorney has not been notified yet, even though we've been through all this. And there is no such thing as a home occupation permit. It's right there, it says zoning permit, which means a permit to build your house. Anybody can do a home occupation. There's no permit anywhere for anybody. So why are you sending me that violation? Oh, I know, because I caught your husband stealing with Seth. Fraudulent, 2025-17. And we filed an appeal for that as well. But we ain't here, why didn't we have that hearing? Because Seth or your husband have no authority to remove an appeal once it's filed. That's the rule. So how did Seth or your husband remove that appeal without being heard and then issue him another one? That's against the rules as well, because the first one needs to be litigated before the second one can be issued. That's it.
Okay. Anyone else?
Am I correct on that? I know I am, right? Sad.
Okay. So, our representative Val Taylor is in the house.
Hi.
And,
That's really nice to meet you.
it is.
So how is everyone?
So Val, how are things going in the State House?
Good. I have a huge learning curve, so I hope you don't mind that I just read.
That's fine.
As everybody knows, it's a very challenging year. It will continue to evolve before we have any solid answers regarding care and the school systems. But I do have a couple fun announcements.
Okay.
I thought it was really neat on Thursday that at the House and the Senate, we elected a new adjutant general.
Oh, I heard that on the news.
Yeah, I have a real soft spot for anybody that serves for us. So he, retired Air National Guard Hank Carter is our new adjutant general of the Vermont National Guard. And he did run against a very, another great Army National Guard Colonel Roger Brent Ziegler, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. So that was fun. Let me see. And I mean, I could run through, the governor had his state address on January 20th. I want to highlight just a couple things that he said a little while ago.
Yeah, I mean, I've read it.
I read it, but if you want things that are relevant, you think for citizens or Mendon to know.
Well, the proposed 105 million in property tax relief, kind of a big one.
That's through the budget.
Yes.
Those are
Yes.
the budget, right?
That'll be difficult, next year because it'll be rate, I think around 10%. I think he was leaving at 12% this year, but I think it'll be right around 10 and change next year, so. And decreasing the next 2 years. So that'll soften a little bit this year. And we also just awarded 29 million Vermont through the Rural Health Transformation Fund.
Yeah.
Yes, we can do it.
And that's a 5-year divided into a 5-year plan. And that's neat. I'm not gonna go, I mean, there's like 40 different things that they're concentrating on, but as far as rural health and reaching, senior citizens is a big thing. Transportation is huge. So, yeah, that's,
What are the things that have you met at all with the VLCT lobbyists? Do you know what they're looking for? This session, I'm interested to see what they are fighting for at this point for the towns. And the other thing I was wondering, if you could find that out for town meeting, maybe to just share what they're working towards to affect town governments. And, there's something else on it. Oh, have you had any, have you started, is there a Rutland County caucus this session?
there is.
So where you guys get together, like, we used to get together every 2 weeks and have lunch and talk about Rutland County issues. Are you guys doing that?
We are, the breakfast, the weather's kind of funny. So we were supposed to have a breakfast this morning and that was postponed, from January. But I did go to the library. And I remember actually when we were doing the budget, there were questions about, I think 20 or 2 years ago, maybe last year, what we give to the Rutland, library was around 24,000, I think.
Yes.
So he, just to answer anyone's questions that wondered what that was specifically, there's 5 towns that give money to the Rutland Library. And it's not even, that doesn't even equal 10% of what they use the money for. That's for staffing and hours. And he said, even if we did not get that money, we would cut hours back and staff. So
Yeah, I have a meeting with Ann Bannister, who happens to live in Mendon, and she's on the board of the hospital, and I have a meeting with her on Wednesday. But they upped their request from the town, and we honored it in our budget this year. Yeah, no, it's,
And it seems like they've got some transformation going on too.
yeah.
One of the things we mentioned to Representative Harrison last year that you should be on your radar, and you probably know a little bit about this, is that we get I'm gonna get the name of the grant wrong, but it's the Rural Roads Grant, or the Back Roads Grants. And the way that the money works is you're awarded the money in a fiscal year, right? So it starts July 1. And then our town officials, our commissioner, and our administrative staff have to hustle to get the bidding process completed and then get people in place because the money has to be spent by the next June 30.
Yeah.
And so as I was hearing this, I thought, well, there could be a great legislative remedy where you could notwithstand, if you haven't learned about the notwithstanding, that can be in any bill, but figure out a way that those back roads or better roads grants can have a different sunsetting period. It does mean some complication with, each year summing up how much money do we still have on hand. And it does mean the state doesn't close the books quite as cleanly, but they do it with a lot of other capital programs.
Oh, really?
So they're not used to doing it with the T fund, the transportation fund. But I mean, we were hustling this year to try to get Journey's End done by June 30. And it was because the money had to be spent, which we're very grateful for. So any more money for roads?
Well, last year, didn't we have difficulty even getting 3 bids to do that road? Wasn't that?
That might have been
so small.
I don't know if you know that, Sarah, or Chris.
No, we had 5 bids.
Oh, you had enough bids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I've been gone for
Yeah.
a couple of years.
Yeah. But it's the timeline was a little bit tight, yeah. And any additional money that they can give us for transportation and roads and culverts, we love it.
Yeah, I just wanted to pipe in, Val isn't incorrect. We had a grant that we weren't able to execute in time because we didn't get the bids and we had to reapply for the same grant again. And then the second time we put it out to bid, we did have 5 bidders on it, but that's part of the problem is we get the okay in July or August that we have the Better Roads grant, and then we do have to hustle to try to get it in that particular season when everybody's got their season booked. And then if we can't get it in before September about 15th, then we have to do it first thing in the spring. And in some of our mountainous roads, it's not spring until June. So
Yeah. I remember that was one of the things that we thought about.
Is there anything else that you want me to bring to the town?
Yeah, I just would be interested in VLCT and, just on what they're, and if you do, you probably won't be able to, because it got canceled the breakfast, just anything Rutland County was talking about. And then the other one is, I was always really, wired into was Ski Vermont, but that was for Killington, not for Mendon, so. But that might be
If
something.
they're next.
Yeah, that might be something they'll ask you what they're lobbying for and what they're, looking into, because they do a great job in the State House. Great, thanks.
Thank you.
If we think of
Thank you
anything.
for everything you do.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
So you can see, something's never changed. Next
Just,
item.
don't be afraid to email me.
Okay, are you using your state?
I
email?
hope that I can't be afraid to email you too, Val.
No, it's open to everyone.
So you're using Val.Taylor at.
Thank you.
at
Valerie.
Valerie.
Taylor at BT Ledge.
BT Ledge.
Sure, go.
Got it, okay,
Alright.
all right, well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your time.
The next item on the agenda is emergency management. Sarah, did we have a new, did we make some new appointments?
that is Mark Fiore in the room.
No.
Okay, so he just has an update for you on the cruiser and stuff, so he should be there. I thought maybe he was going to be on the agenda about 6 o'clock, so we're just a few minutes early.
Okay. Rutland Regional Emergency Management Committee appointment update.
Yep, this is the form that you completed in between the 2 meetings. With Mark Fiore being appointed as the constable and emergency management director, he's automatically a member of the Rutland Regional Emergency Management Committee. And then our second member is Val Taylor. So we just need to make a formal motion to appoint him to that committee this evening.
Okay, so I'll make a motion that we appoint Mark Fiore to the Rutland Regional Emergency Management Committee.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The next, and if, oh, there he is now.
I'm here.
Come on in.
I just poking out the door to make sure everything's okay.
Hi, so Mark's here, and you wanted him to.
So he has an update for you for the public safety budget.
An update.
Okay.
So
Floor is yours.
floor is mine. All right, where are we? Well, I just picked up the car from Formula Ford. I had it serviced. Everything's great with it. It was, I got the receipt right here, actually. It came to, I think it was $690. They did an oil change and an inspection and rear brakes and, here we are. Oil change inspection, rear brakes, tire rotation. They said everything looked great on it. And it came to $690.15.
How many miles does it have on it?
It has $23,319, and it is 10 years old, which is pretty good.
And there, Sarah, is there, when I was reading through that stuff from VLCT with Mark, and there was something about the lights on the car,
Yeah, blue lights.
the blue lights.
Yeah, so you have to have a certification in order to run the blue lights on the car. Mark probably knows more than I do about that.
There's nothing that has to be removed, the lights are.
No. So I have law enforcement certification, I'm level 2 certified, so I'm allowed to run the vehicle with the blue lights.
Okay.
So what was there a question before that? Or?
No, I just read something when I was reading through the stuff, I saw something about the blue lights and having to be certified or.
Yeah, so like my personal vehicle, I have blue lights in that, but I have a permit for that.
Okay.
So the commissioner of motor vehicles has to sign off on that and say it's okay, and whatever agency you're using it for, or it's in general, but you usually have your agency sign off on it. Which, that being a municipal vehicle and a police vehicle with a police officer in it, I don't think you need to obtain a blue light permit, but I could be wrong on that. So other than that, I went down, so I had gone down to CBC Radio to have them look at it, and the radio that's in it is your standard UHF police radio, has all the police frequencies in it. It doesn't have VHF in it, which, being an emergency management vehicle, it should have both bands in it. So it should have a VHF radio in it, and with the VHF radio, you have communications with every fire department throughout the county. All the neighboring towns are VHF, except for Rutland City. And there's also VTAC channels in there for major incidents and emergency management and stuff like that.
Sounds like something we need to.
Yeah, so I had them give me, I first had a radio that is very similar to the one that's in it currently. And we were gonna see if we could use that and save a little bit of money. Unfortunately, the radio did not work, they tested it. So I had them price out one of their most popular and more affordable models of Kenwood radios. So to install that radio in the car, including the radio, it was $874.34. And that's the quote I received from CBC.
Okay, leave that with me, but go ahead and leave that quote with me and that bill with me, and then I'll follow back up with you.
The only thing I was gonna say is, out of the budget, so there's a couple hundred to maybe $300 left in the vehicle budget after the service. And there's money in the fuel budget for the vehicle. I've only filled it up twice. Prior to that, when I picked the vehicle up, it was almost sunny, so I'm not sure if he filled it up, but there is money in the budget under the vehicle one fund, and for the vehicle maintenance, or that's vehicle, yeah. So yeah, the vehicle maintenance fund, there should be more than $250 left in that after this service. So I was looking to see if we could take whatever was left in that budget and then the fuel budget to purchase that radio.
Great, okay.
Yeah.
If you just give us till the next meeting to make that, have that conversation.
Yep.
And I understand you went up to the school.
Yes, I did. I brought the supplies that were here up to the school. I did a walkthrough with Sarah at the school. Spoke to the principal. He was very happy to see us. He beat me. He did ask, it would be nice to have a presence there, which that's obviously up to you guys. It's Chittenden, and if they needed somebody there for some reason to speak to a student or something like that, I believe that's what he was more referring to. But that's also not our town, so.
Right, that would have to fall under Chittenden.
Yeah, and I believe they contract with Pittsburgh, so.
Yeah.
But I did speak with him about doing some Alice training, which is the school shooter training.
Yeah.
And I talked to a few people about possibly organizing something there for that.
Yeah.
Which would be very good. I think it's been a few years since they've done something there.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk to the principal about that.
And then I also had a computer mount and dock donated to us from Castleton. The value on that is around $2,000. So that was nice of them to donate that. The only unfortunate thing is it doesn't have the proper dock for the public safety computer. So there's two options. One is you buy the proper dock for that computer, which it's pretty pricey. It's probably going to be around $1,500 to $1,800. Or we purchase the Panasonic computer that actually goes in that, and that's around $600 refurbished.
So we got a grant that paid for, and Sarah, you might know the answer to this, that paid for that computer that's in that car. So it's not the right computer for that car?
It's not the right computer. It's a great computer. But it doesn't fit the docking station that they donated. So the docking station for that specific Dell computer is very pricey.
Why would we need a docking station in the car?
Okay, so I was gonna get to that, I apologize. So in the event of an emergency or some sort of disaster, Irene, stuff like that, the computer sits in the car, it charges, it works off of its wireless internet and stuff like that. So that way you can document your stuff, and you can also upload whatever you have to as far as, I'm trying to think of the name of the program, but there's a specific program that FEMA uses that you can actually take photos and upload them. So say we had, for example, another Irene, or houses flood, houses get knocked down, some sort of incident similar to that.
Yeah.
Where it's a wide area search, something on Wheelerville. You can actually upload photos of the damage to the houses, to the area, and you can track where you're going, and where people have been, so everybody knows like that house is clear, or that hasn't been searched yet, that area.
So the docking keeps the computer charged?
Correct.
Okay.
So it keeps it charged. There's a couple different options. You could go with an RF1 or try RF1 and port 1. So basically you could hook an antenna to it and the antenna would feed into it and give you better cell reception. The computer is equipped with a cellular SIM card, so it would help in that case.
The one, the $600 computer saying comes.
That was the Dell. The $600 one, so the $600 one, it is basically doing the same exact thing. All you have to purchase is the computer for $600, and I could have the dock that fits in that current mount donated to us as well. So
Okay.
that's the better option.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah, and then down the road, if we do decide to do any patrol type work or anything like that, that computer is equipped to have Valcor on it and able to run license plates, names, stuff like that, through the UCIC and Valcor system.
And then the laptop that's there now that we got through that grant, because we got it through a grant, I wonder if we'd be able to repurpose it.
It could be, I think it's a great computer. I've used it quite a bit so far, so it's I would say you could repurpose it. It would be nice to keep in the office here, to use it here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, repurpose it in the office somewhere.
That way you have the one in the car, you can do what you gotta do on, and then in here you have an actual computer like that laptop, which is, has more RAM, stuff like that, so. It would be good to keep that in the public safety, side of things, just maybe in the office.
Yeah, just keep it locked in.
Yeah.
Okay, good point. All right, well, give us 2 weeks.
Okay.
And we'll, if you have any of those, the bill, I'll definitely think the bill
I have
and
the bill. I have, the estimate from
estimates,
CBC.
great. And thanks for getting up to Barstow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you gonna be able to make it to town meeting?
Yes. I will be there.
Great.
So, just on what you were saying, Mark, would you be available to stay for executive session at the end of this, or do you have something where you need to be?
Well, what time frame do
Right,
you
you'll
think?
probably be start in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, thanks. So the Mendon website updates, Jesse and I have met with sat through 3 presentations. We have picked a company called Civic Plus to do our website update, as long as the select board approves it. They are within our budget, and they only do municipal websites, and it's gonna make the organization of our documents, make it very easy for minutes to be posted, calendars to be updated, and comes with a lot of support, and it comes with a whole lot of security. So, the site, we won't be needing the extensive cybersecurity that we were anticipating when we did the budget, because it's included in this hosting of this website. So I'm going to propose that we ask Civic Plus to build our new website. And with Jesse, we get appointed one person and we have them for a year to make sure. And so we have to pay it in full. So to get the website built is $5,514. And that we have to pay that at the time of the signing, and then that carries us through.
For the whole year?
Full year, yeah.
And what's their timeline?
They said they can probably get it built within like 30 days.
Okay.
And they do all the transfer, and then the Greg had spoken about some records and things that maybe could be filed. We can rearrange all of that with this new company.
Yeah.
The documents are filed and saved in the website for people to use. Also, this system will take over for text.gov, which we have now. That's included in the website, that same service.
Oh.
So once that contract's up, then we'll just use this for that.
Okay. And then what's their annual cost?
The annual cost then is $46.64.
So 55.14 for build in this year, and then going forward it's 46.64. Okay.
So I'd like to make a motion that we sign a contract with Civic Plus to build the town a new website.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. All right, so that concludes and town meeting. Sarah, what do you have that on the agenda for?
If anyone wants to go over their presentation or have any questions about town meeting.
I think we're good. You're all
I'm
set?
good.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, literally 2 minutes.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
for the,
So
Yeah.
Sarah,
Yeah.
Sarah, you're just gonna go over the same presentation of the changes that were included in the public hearing?
Yes. Wait, say that again. Did you just ask me if that's what I'm gonna go through?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what you're gonna go
Yeah.
over.
Basically the high level changes, not the nitty gritty things, just the big basic concepts.
Okay, great.
and Chris, I'm assuming you won't be at town meeting because you'll be at your town meeting, right?
I can make myself available.
Well, you don't need to be. Seth was gonna just review, the highlights of what you guys did this year. And we can show you what that is and see if there's anything else, just so you don't have to come up here and go to town meeting. And then, because we just break it up when we talk about different subjects. So, Sarah, did you?
Yeah, so I'll send over to Chris the select board's highlights and objectives report, but we'll also just be gleaning information from Chris's report, which is the road commissioner report.
Yeah, so we have that report, but just make sure the highlights that Chris approves what Seth's gonna say at the town meeting.
Yep.
Okay, great.
Can we still give him a round of applause if he's not there?
Yes, we're gonna have a special, possibly, for the road crew at town meeting. It doesn't include. We're gonna honor their great service work for this way. Okay, so I am going to move that we go into executive session. 1 VSA 313A.
Well, actually, it's a two-part motion. Can I try?
Yeah.
All right. Do you have a motion? Okay. So I move that we make a finding that premature public knowledge place the public body at a substantial disadvantage. We were to talk about this. So first, can we make the finding that premature disclosure of attorney-client communication would put the public body at a disadvantage? So I'll move that we find that.
Okay, I'll second. All in favor?
Aye. And then the second, aye. And then the second one is, I move that pursuant to 313A1F, that we go into executive session to receive attorney-client communication.
Second that. All in favor?
Aye. Going in, maybe we should announce who's going to go into executive session with us. Do you want me to name the people?
Yeah.
Okay. Greg Smith, Chris Baird, our attorney, Matt Bloomer, and Mark Fiore, Sarah Tully, and Jesse Bridge.
Jesse Bridge, is Jesse on? Or that's us?
Online.
I am on, but I'm on my way, so I'll be there in 5 minutes.
Okay. And then
Could you just make sure that you're able to sign back on and let us know when you've adjourned the executive session? Because that's never happened before. And, Nancy Gondola used to do it, but you guys haven't done it.
So I just figured out how to do that with GoToMeeting. So I'm going to separate out into a breakout session, Carol, and then
Yep.
we'll come back to the main room.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thanks. So I'm going to stop recording at this moment, and then let me just.
This conference will now be recorded.
Sarah, I started the recording again just because it's documenting that we're not able to go into executive session and discuss things with our attorney because of the disruption in the office.
That's correct. He's disrupting the effective conduct of our meeting.
Go in the other room. Go in there, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't mean they can shut me
The
up.
select board members needs to say to the chair.
Sheriff, please remove.
That's an open meeting violation. Again, the building is open to the public while the meeting is being held.
We are having an executive session.
The building's still open to the public while there's a hearing.
Sheriff, could you please clear the building?
You're wrong. You're wrong on that. You're not supposed to be in there either. I was requested to be in there.
So if the board is ready, we'll go back into executive session because the room is now quiet.
Well, it's not completely.
You're not going back into executive session.
Right.
We're still in.
Still in executive session, just
We're
recording it
resuming.
for- Yeah.
This conference will now be recorded.
Interesting, okay.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. Are we set?
Yeah.
Sarah, okay. I would like to move that we come out of executive session.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
I have one point of order. Oh, Seth has joined the meeting. Seth Bridge has now part of the select board meeting for minutes. So I just have one announcement to make. Jesse passed. He has been certified to be, it's not your birthday. It is your birthday. It's not your birthday. Congratulations on passing the town clerk certification. Yeah. That's right.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Maybe for everyone who's just.
Okay, so that is all we have. So I'm going to adjourn the meeting at 7:58 PM.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.